My name is Stephanie De Bakker. I'm coordinating the Moving Identities project for Kunstplaats Vonk in Hasselt and Genk.
My name is Kerli. I'm part of the group of Artefactourists. We had a dance production before, and I was working there as a dramaturg.
I'm Sigrid. I'm a choreographer, and I live and work in Tallinn and in Berlin.
I'm Kadri. I'm also a choreographer, part of the co-creative group called Artefactourists, who have been here in residency for 2 weeks.
Hi, I'm Katie. I'm here behind the screen from Bristol, based in Bristol. I'm also a choreographer, performer, and dance artist.
I'm Tina. I'm a visual artist living and working in Hasselt. I'm associated with Vonk. I have my studio here, and I'm part of the Moving Identities trajectory. I'm the host artist for these lovely artists here.
So this is the first international residency. For you, it's the second residency of this whole trajectory. I was wondering how your project's already evaluated and what you are focusing right now in Hasselt, because you've had some weeks already in Narva, in Estonia. So maybe you can tell something about what you're researching here, because a new place means new research, I think, and definitely for your project, where the environment or the space and its identity is really important. I'm curious about what you're researching these 2 weeks.
Maybe it's good to briefly look back into where we're coming from. That Artefactourists made a dance production last year, so this is almost like this little base that we're coming from, having already created something together. And because our work back then was, like, a lot of it was based on co-creation, then making reflection based on that experience, what worked, what didn't work. We're using these residencies here in the Moving Identities to elaborate upon different methods of co-creation. So, for example, in Narva, we were all creating our individual trajectories based on already this pool of information and knowledge we have created. So we were working under this umbrella terms of identity, place, and memory within the working body. And here in Hasselt, the past 2 weeks we have been working on rotating our individual practices. So passing our practice on to another member in the group and seeing how they develop it further.
And so we also thought that it's not so much as site-specific as it's site-reactive, maybe more so we're using these locations just as the basis to work with their topics.
The fact that we are rotating our practices and working with another person's practice, but while we doing it, it's not that we totally let go our own practice. It somehow still comes in, and we are still aware of our own practice, and sometimes it merges together with someone else's practice we are working it. So it's been interesting to feel that while we're working with other person's practice, your own practice is really present and also evolving and somehow expanding a little bit, I guess.
How do you feel about the exchange with an artist host, or was it valuable, or was it nice to have someone that could guide you through the space, or as a brainstorm partner, or how did you feel about this exchange with Tina?
Yeah, it was very valuable because we don't know much about Hasselt. So when we had this meeting session and to hear all the stories about, not only the stories, but also like maybe their way of talking about Hasselt and Limburg, It was like it's not a thing that you can Google. You have to really hear about the background from a person. So I think without Dina, we would have lost a lot.
I was surprised by the knowledge that it's like that I gained towards years working in the region within the cultural field. I thought not really to add to this, but when you're like having these conversations, the story keeps on going and going, and if another link or a reference that you can add that could be value, and I really liked it that it could be helpful in that way, just by having a nice conversation or showing a bit like the venues that are around here and the go-sees here. So yeah, and for me it's also nice to meet artists who work in a co-creation kind of trajectory, because I have an interest in solidarity and collective work. So
for me, as working for Vonk, it was also really refreshing to work with this group of artists that didn't really know the place or didn't really know the organization. And it also, I think also for Tina, because we're the locals here, it really made me refresh or re-question my own identity within this city or within Limburg, or it made me think again about all the things happening here, and it was really refreshing also to have you here.